Alright guys, another long play review on the Amstrad CPC today, and this is from hi-tec software, and it's... If you hear that, it's Potsworth Co, and it's another cartoon license from hi-tec software, and it was actually a full price release, not on budget, I found out. Well, semi-full price. I think it was selling for $7.99 in the shops or something. Anyway, the actual cartoon series, I don't know much about it. All I know it's from the early 90s. I never watched it. But let's consult Wikipedia for the premise of the story. Well, the series tells of 4 children, which levels are based around in the game, and Potsworth the dog, of course, who live in the same neighbourhood. When they go to sleep at night, they turn up in the dream zone, where as the midnight patrol, they are appointed by the Grand Dozer to protect it from nightmares and other threats, and are given their missions by the snooze patrol. Their main enemy is the evil nightmare prince, who apparently wants to turn all the dreams to nightmares or something. Although he's not in the game. Here's the title screen, nice bit of music. Okay, so whilst they are in the dream zone, they have the 5 of them have special powers. Keiko is a flying skateboard, Carter can draw anything and have it come to life, Nick is super strong and able to fly, whilst his cynical sister Rosie tags along, and Rosie's in the first level. Potsworth the dog himself has the power of speech and has a strange English accent. Anyway, okay, perhaps I ought to give the story for this game anyway, and what the purpose of the game is. Oh, actually, first of all, I think that's the end of the music. So we'll start this up, and I'll tell you the what's going on, well, from the manual in a second. Get ready, the cave zone. And you're controlling Rosie here. She doesn't have much about her apart from she's able to shout, and that's a sort of special weapon in this level. And you jump around dropping crates on buttons there which activate lifts. Ah, there's a shouting attack. Now first of all guys, check out gorgeous colours and graphics, but more importantly the ultra smooth scrolling. Check out that smooth scrolling on an Amstrad CPC. Jesus, why can't more Amstrad games be like this? Wow. Okay, well I'll come back to that. And each level consists of you basically jumping around the levels, collecting items, and then getting to the exit. So let's have a read on what's on the back of the box. Let's see. Okay, well I'll read it verbatim, straight from the back of the box. Okay, Potsworth Co. Right. You might not know it, but whilst people everywhere snuggle down and their sleep-filled eyes are closing, their dreams, thoughts and fantasies, whether good or bad, become reality in the dream zone. Potsworth and his human friends, Carter, Keiko, Rosie and Nick are no exception, and each night, once asleep, they join forces in the dream zone to experience fantastic adventures together. The snoozing ruler of the dream zone, the Grand Dozer, has a big problem, for tries he might, he just cannot sleep, and he's putting the dream zone in terrible jeopardy, for it will surely disappear if his slumber cannot continue. Okay, the Dozer's archenemy, the Nightmare Prince, who doesn't actually appear in the game, though he's the final level and boss in the 16-bit versions and Amiga and Atari ST. The Nightmare Prince possesses the only solution, the Potion of Slumber. The question is just how to get this potion to the Grand Dozer before it's too late. Enter Potsworth Co. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So on this level, it's Rosie, the girl with an attitude, has been thrown into the cave zone. The giant warehouse where all the dream props are stored. In order to escape from this nightmare, Rosie must first free the stone giant who has been frozen in ice. That doesn't actually appear in the level, strange. Along with the key to the exit, by the evil nightmare prince, blah blah blah. Okay, to free the giant, Rosie must search through the cave, negotiating any obstacles that bar her way. Along the travels, you must collect 5 parts of a ghetto blaster. These are left speaker, right speaker, main tape deck and 2 batteries. But most importantly of all, Rosie must collect the ancient moon rock. With its properties of drowsiness, it should help send the Grand Dozer to sleep. Once all these items are collected, Rosie must get back to the start. So there you go. Did you get all that? Yeah, sounds a little bit complicated for a cartoon series aimed at, you know, small children and young teenagers. But essentially, collect the various parts of or items in the level. There's usually about 5 or 6 of them, and get to the start again, or the exit, depending on the level. Now, some enemies can be killed by whatever weapon you've got, or special power you have. Some of them don't have a special power that attacks enemies, but sometimes you may be able to pick up objects and throw them. Now that's the first part of the ghetto blaster we're supposed to be collecting. As I was saying though, not all enemies can be killed, and it's a bit random. Enemies that can normally be jumped on or shouted at in this level sometimes don't die. For example, that bird that flew across there, there's no way of knowing whether you can actually attack it and kill it, or whether it'll have no effect. Will often end with your energy draining very rapidly. Slight annoyance, but I'd say probably 90% of the enemies can be destroyed in some way, shape or form, at least on the first few levels. Now there's 5 levels in total. And yeah, this is going to be quite a long video actually, because they're quite massive in size actually, the levels. Some of them are quite short. But trust me guys, it's well worth seeing at least a sort of a snapshot of each level, because they do vary quite a lot with your special character and their powers. So I think what I'll do in the description is at some point I'll basically put the times, the starts of each level. For example, I really like the second level, which has you flying like Superman, and you've got to reach the top of a state building or something, the Empire State Building or something like that. There's a level where you're on a skateboard. There's a great level with Potsworth himself involved. I think that's the 3rd level. Though he's not doing anything special, it's a bit like this level, but there's lots of cool little things in that level to watch out for. Oh yes, of course, and level 4, definitely worth watching. It's a bit of a Rainbow Islands rip-off. The guy that can paint anything with his special paintbrush. Lots of rainbows and stuff, but he can basically, like in Rainbow Islands, make a rainbow. And instead of his paintbrush, you can paint sort of platforms to jump from and stuff to get higher in the game. Very, very cool, and actually quite a good value for your money actually. Now, if I remember correctly, I think this was technically a full price game, but was only released at $7.99 on cassette. Normally it would have been $9.99. Oh yes, that robot at the bottom there, he can't be killed, which I was talking about earlier. But yeah, that's cool. That's the second part of the Ghetto Blaster. I think that's the tape deck. And well, I have to say, guys, there's quite a bit of thought involved as well. A bit of planning and puzzle solving. Relatively simple, but there's definitely a best route to go through this game and this level anyway, which I'm doing at the moment, which is sort of circle round from bottom left, sort of anti-clockwise around the map. Certain areas can't be accessed until you've got right way to the other end of the map or something like that, and activated certain buttons and lifts. Oh yeah, some buttons will remove a blocked doorway as well. It's quite a nice sort of sedate pace. This is at actually. It's not. Damn it. Very easy to lose energy. But yeah, it's quite a. It's not throwing things at you thick and fast. It's probably a good thing if there's a bit of sort of thinking involved, and planning your route and puzzles and solving and things like that. Difficulty wise, I mean, you can complete it in one life, which I've done in this long play. But if you rush through, you can very easily make a mistake and very quickly see all your energy drained away. So if you take your time, it's quite an easy game. But generally, if you rush through things, then be sure to be losing a few lives and seeing the game over screen. It's a shame that there's no music in game. Oops. Because it's left at quite a sort of barren atmosphere, really. Decent enough sound effects. But it would have really lifted the game a lot more, made it a lot more jolly and fun, maybe. But do you know what, guys? If the price for the ultra smooth scrolling, which you're seeing here, is losing music, then I'll lose the music. Just put a CD on in the background or something. Because this is quite stunning for an Amstrad game. Oh, there you go. There's another enemy there that you can't kill. Bit annoying. Lost quite a bit of energy there. And there are apparently some walls and areas that you can like walk through or crawl through that are hidden or something. I'm not sure I've actually found any, unless the instruction manual was lying. But guys, this smooth scrolling blow me away. There's no slowdown in the game. Everything is scrolling multi-directionally. I think the only sort of game I've really seen this happening of a notable release is probably Batman the movie, maybe. And this isn't like a 128k memory game that only 6128 owners can play. No, this is on cassette for CPC 464s with 64k of memory. And the levels are massive. So this is a really impressive, at least a really impressive programming achievement. Although, again, this is quite late in the life of the Amstrad CPC. I think this was released in 1992, if I'm correct. Yeah, in 1992. And I don't think it sold many copies. I think mostly because not many people had really heard of Potsworth Co, probably. Then again, I might be wrong. Because, again, going back to the ever-reliable source of Wikipedia, apparently the cartoon series was an absolutely massive success in the UK. Whilst it was only watched by about 8.5 million in the USA, which is actually, I think that's quite small, obviously compared to the number of people living in the USA, compared to Britain, where 5.1 million was watching it on CBBC, which made it the second most popular children's show on British television after Neighbours at the time. So that was a whopping success. But there was only, I think there was only 13 episodes ever made. Perhaps because it didn't do too well in America. Obviously Hanna-Barbera churned out loads of different cartoons. I think we're going to look at quite a few more of them. Most of them come from hi-tec software like this game. but I've never actually seen the Potsworth Co cartoon. And I should point out as well that it's got a different name in America. It was actually called Midnight Patrol Adventures in the Dream Zone, but it was renamed to Potsworth Co because the BBC stupidly felt that the suggestion of children being awake after midnight was inappropriate, and thus the name was changed. A bit like how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles changed to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles in the UK. I'm totally cribbing all this from Wikipedia, by the way. But yeah. Apparently, the game was the cartoon series was actually inspired by a real life dog. I think it's a Springer Spaniel that the writers of the cartoon series bought from Battersea Dogs Home. And but yeah, and the dog itself became quite a celebrity in the UK, at least, being featured on TV quite a bit, and sort of promotional campaigns and stuff like that. So obviously gained a lot of interest from that, and obviously British kids must have loved this at the time. But I guess people may have forgotten about it because it was only on for a short amount of time, 13 episodes in the early 90s. Most people who owned an Amstrad were probably getting quite grown up by then. Not many young kids were probably buying Amstrad CPC computers in the early 90s. They would have moved on to at least Nintendo Entertainment Systems and Master Systems, if not Mega Drives and SNESes, or if the parents were had a bit of money, then maybe Amiga and Atari ST. But anyway, there we go. We've just reached the end of level 1. Well done, you've completed the zone. Completion bonus 5,000 points. Hurrah! Alright, on to zone 2. And a nice little jingle of music as well. Okay, right, on to the super zone. This time we're controlling Nick, who's like a kiddie Superman. Well, actually, the only superpowers he does have is the ability to fly. I really like this level a lot. I think it's great. To me, this reminds me a bit of the Popeye 2 game, Popeye 2 the sequel, computer game, when you're jumping around a building site. Mixed with Bomb Jack or something like that. Now, oh, that's quite nice, the swinging girders there. That's when we smashed that crate and that button that activated the girder. And of course, you can jump on the head a bit like Super Mario. Cool. Yeah, mushrooms to jump on as well. One thing you do have to master in this level is Nick's sort of double jump. Basically, when you jump, you have to press the fire button pretty swiftly after jumping. It gives him sort of an extra boost of height, and then fire button again before he reaches the apex of his height, and that will allow him to sort of jump and fly a little higher. You may be able to notice it, like there. That was me doing sort of a single or a double jump. When you're carrying an object, though, you can't use the double jump method, which means you have to sort of think about how you're going to get objects to certain platforms and buttons to smash. So, okay, what's the story in this level here? Super Duper Man, or Nick, as he's earthly known, has been chosen to search the Super Zone. His task: to reach the top of the Suspire State Building, where the walk to the Nightmare Castle lies. On his way, he must collect the magic poppy, which which is one of the 5 objects needed to put the Grand Dozer to sleep. The journey to the top is long and perilous. Great skill and fast reflexes will be needed to complete your task. Some objects can be collected for points, others can be lifted above Nick's head, where he can use them to defeat enemies by throwing objects at them. Also, he can use these objects to hold switches down. When Nick reaches the top, swirling ball of light awaits him. Actually, no, on the 8-bit versions, there's a doorway. Leaping into this will warp into the castle to wait for the others. There's quite a bit of description there of the levels in the manual. I think a lot of the description is kind of wasted on the 8-bit versions because the 16-bit Amiga and Atari ST has sort of like animated cutscenes between the levels, which kind of explain the story a little bit more of the game, sort of move things on. You can basically ignore the structure manual, well, in terms of the story for the levels, and just go and collect every object you find. What I've tried to do here, guys, there's lots of other objects like these, like S symbols or whatever, super symbols or something that gives you points that you can collect. You don't need to collect them, but in this long play, I think I've done it where, well, I hope I have, where I've collected every single item in the game to be found, just because I'm a twat. I'd like to say I've got too much time on my hands, but that's not the case. But anyway, yeah, so full walkthrough really here, and I really quite enjoyed doing this game actually in long play. I mean, get a good hour's worth of gameplay from this, which is damn good for 8-bit games, as long as most of it's enjoyable and fun. And definitely for the most part it is. A few frustrating moments and things, but in the game. But hey, that's the nature of platforming games for you. Is that a bird or a plane? No, not being silly and doing the Superman speech, because we've got like a little super kid here, but I can't actually tell. Is that a little bird or is that a plane actually above our heads? Great sprites in the game though. That Nick sprite looks great. His hair and sort of cape flapping as he walks in the wind. Probably only sort of 2 or 3 frames of animation per movement or whatever, but there's lots of different sort of versions of the sprite as he flies and up and flies down. And we're not too far from the end here actually. We're at least past the halfway point now. And I like how the buildings turned into a scaffolding and stuff, and construction site almost. And you can, oh yes, of course, zooming up and through pipes. Oh, that's the pop you will need to collect. That's all you need to collect in this level. But yeah, jumping down pipes. Again, a bit of a nod to Super Mario there. It's probably the closest the Amstrad CPC is going to get to Super Mario. Well, in terms of having a game for it. I think if anyone made one, even today, Nintendo would probably sue their asses off, knowing what they're like. Oh, of course, there's the great Gianni sisters, which of course was pulled from the shelves. Blatant Super Mario clone. The Amstrad version was absolutely bloody awful though. Commodore 64 version was great. But there was a guy working on a proper version of Great Gianni Sisters for the Amstrad CPC, a guy in Germany, TFM. I don't know if he's watching this or not, but I hope he actually completes his Great Gianni Sisters for the Amstrad project he started. It was all looking really promising. Now as we progress further up this level, there's those birds or planes, and they start dropping it's like bombs on us. Gotta be careful, that can easily sort of zap a lot of energy. Gonna wait and kill that robot thing. That weight, nice. Oh, maybe Nick does have special superpowers beyond flying, because that's a 10-ton weight, isn't it? It's quite heavy for a kid to be lifting. Okay, watch out for those buzzsaws. Take your time on this level, you don't need to rush it. I suppose it might have made a more of an interesting video if I did it as a speed run and blasted through it. It'd certainly be a lot shorter in length. Gosh, an hour long. I'm 25 minutes in. Am I running out of things to say? I don't know. I'm sure I'll make it to the end of the hour mark. Oh yeah, you can't carry any objects through the pipes. Hey! Why did I lose energy there? Looks like the sprites ended up sort of two enemy sprites ended up sort of starting at the same point, conjoining together. I lost a bit of energy there, a bit annoying. But yeah, guys, well worth watching each of the levels at least, even just for I don't know, 10 or 20 seconds. There's some interesting stuff to watch. So, like I said, I'll try and put in description links to the various parts of the video where the levels start. Can't get that little plane thing. I think it is a plane. Can't tell from that sprite. I don't know why it's brown though. Hey! You can kill them. Nice. This section here takes a little bit of planning. Got a couple of ways to sort of get around and get to difficult to reach areas. But there you go. Shouldn't be too far from the end here, I think. Even I forget at times where I need to go. Oh yes, one more button there. Wow, quite low on energy though. I'll take things really carefully from now on. I think you get an extra life every 10,000 points, I think. And it goes up to a maximum of 9 lives. There's some special items to pick up there. Yeah, I'm just going to kill that robot first. Oh no, I've got a button to push. Do that first. I forget where I've been in this game. Oops. Just trying to see if my double jump will get me back up there. No. I only really practiced this game a few times before doing the long play. Perhaps I should practice it a little bit more. Probably could have got through this level a lot quicker. Sorry guys. But I think that's the end just above us. I think. Yes, yeah, this is the end. Thank God. Shut that bird. Sorry, the plane. Well, that was close. Yes, that's the end. Hey! Cool. 5,000 points is good. 10,000 equals an extra life. So level 3, the Candy Zone, and it's Potsworth himself. Hurrah! Star of the cartoon. And this is a really nice looking level. A couple of really cool little things in the game, like geezers that shoot up and fling you into the air. Now poor old Potsworth, he doesn't have any special powers. He basically just jumps up and around. He can pick up objects and throw them. You can also jump on enemies' heads and kill them most of the time. But check this out, I love this bit. Whee! I love those geezers. Geysers? How do you pronounce it? I don't know. But anyway, he's got to collect these cocoa beans there. And there's also sort of bone glitter about the level, which will get you sort of bonus points and stuff. Watch out for the dripping ice lollies, apparently they harm you. Nice selection of enemies in this game, like sort of these creatures that pop out, like fish that fly out the ocean, strange bouncy things. But this looks lovely. I love the candy cane designs and stuff like that. Looks really nice, and the Amstrad colour palette's been used to excellent choice there of colours and things. Brilliant. Sure, I've seen better looking games, but this is really good stuff. A really nice Potsworth sprite as well. Okay, so we're going back to the manual and reading up on what we need to do in this level, just for your information. Okay, the star of the show, Potsworth, has landed himself in every kiddie's dream, the candy zone. In this paradise of cakes, giant ice creams and chocolate bars, Potsworth must find and pick up 6 cocoa beans, then take them to the cocoa cup. The end result is drinking chocolate to help the Grand Dozer sleep. Okay, in this task, Potsworth will encounter many weird and wonderful obstacles, giant cakes that sink when trod on, rivers of cream. Getting across these is made easier by jumping on the floating wafers. And that's pretty much it in the manual for this level. There's 6 cocoa beans, and you're best sort of following the route that I've used to get there. The coffee cup is right in the centre of the screen, in the centre of the level, which is the ending point. And again, I'm collecting all the other non-essential items like the bones and stuff. So this level is basically a bog standard platformer like the first level. There's only I think there's only 2 objects in the game that you can actually pick up and use, unlike the first level with Rosie. Obviously the difficulty has been ramped up in this level, which you'll see in certain sections. There's a couple of really tricky sections in this level, but this is a great looking level, and that's why I like it a lot. I like the style and design. There you go, very good collision detection actually as well. That enemy sprite just a few seconds ago was right on my arse, but it wasn't quite on me. You know, lesser games with poor collision detection, you know, they tend to usually have sort of a box around your sprite and, you know, kill you within a couple of millimetres of screen space or something. You know, really frustrating stuff. Now, they pretty much got it bang on, the programmers in this game. Oh yes, the programmers. Do we have names of programmers for this from hi-tec software? Oh yes, we did. We had it on the title screen. Programmed by Dave Thompson. Let's have a look, see what he did. Oh wow! Oh, he's done quite a few bits and bobs actually. First one to mention, Turbo the Tortoise. If you remember, search back through my uploads, I did a long play of Turbo the Tortoise, a really popular another platforming game on the Amstrad CPC. A little bit more simpler than this one, but looked and played stunning and was really a popular release. I don't think it was as good as this for a platformer, but there you go. Oh, he's even done a game for Ocean Software. He was a programmer on Daley Thompson's Olympic Challenge. Was that the shit one? No, that was actually quite good actually. think it was the last of the Daily Thompson games. It was pretty decent. Okay, well, see, Blazing Thunder. It's very good, sort of Ikari Warriors clone, but you're in a tank for most of it, I think. Future Bike Simulator. Ah, right, okay, sort of, yeah, it's a scrolling into your sort of driving game on a bike. It looked really, really nice, but I don't think it played very well. Hong Kong Phooey, another cartoon license. Okay, from about a year or two before, from hi-tec software again. Well, that could be quite a good game to look at then in the future, given how well this has been programmed. Anything else? Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. Oh yes, very similar again, more closer to Turbo the Tortoise. Okay, oh, he did the Top Cat game as well for hi-tec software. Again, looks like another scrolling platformer. Looks like it has some decent graphics as well. Another one I'm going to have a look at then. And Yogi's Great Escape as well. Ah yes, although I think someone else on YouTube has done a long play about the Amstrad, possibly, but I've played that, and again, another really smooth playing scrolling platformer. So he's done some really good games, Mr. Dave Thompson. So Mr. Thompson, just in case you ever watch this video, very, very well done, and thank you for your contributions to the Amstrad scene. Okay, graphics by Mark Wallace. Looks like he's only done Potsworth Co and one other, which is Roadrunner. Not the awful US Gold coin-up conversion. Well, it wasn't awful, it was just damn boring. Yeah, I might have a look at Roadrunner as well. Again, another hi-tec release. Looks like it's got great graphics. Oh, he's actually the programmer on that game. He's the graphics artist in this one. There you go. Music by Mark Cooksey. He's done some really good tunes for the Amstrad over time. Live and Let Die rings a bell. Yeah, Live and Let Die. Ramparts 1942. And Duets, the really, really poor Commando sequel. There you go. Great bunch of guys. Now we need to reach that object just above us there. I don't know quite what it is. Is that sort of a licorice sweet or something like that? I don't quite know. We're going to use that to smash another button. Set off a lift to get to the final cocoa bean. Well, I can finally jump on this sodding lift. Okay. And we need to use the lifts to get across, of course. Just take your time. Not sure why those dripping lollies are lethal. Green though, maybe it's poisonous. Yeah, I think the button's all the way over here somewhere. Right, yes. Okay, coming up is a little bit of a nasty section, I think. Really only to get to collect I think it's a couple of bones or bonus points. You don't need to get them. I think it's that one bone there, and you can probably completely avoid doing that. There you go. That's the last cocoa bean. Obviously, I just use that lift there, which that switch I just activated. Oh yes, if you drop down, you're going to get stuck with those three horrible things bouncing up and down. And that ball can't be killed, but it doesn't matter. We've got all the items, we've got all the cocoa beans, into the coffee cup, and that's done. Brilliant. And on to level 4, which will be Carter, and oh yes, really good level this one. The Rainbow Zone. They even call it the Rainbow Zone, yes, because this is a bit of a Rainbow Islands rip-off. and really good it is as well, and it starts getting really tough, certainly in the higher parts of this level. Now Carter, you can use a paintbrush to paint sort of steps to jump on. They only last for a few seconds, but you can continue painting and painting and get higher and higher if he wants to. So you saw there just below me a rainbow, you can climb up them. Trampolines to jump higher. First thing you can do is activate a switch by painting over it. And as you can see there, you can use your paint strokes to get out of a sticky hole there. Can't climb down the rainbows though, you can climb up them later. I think the best way for this map, the easier part of this level is down below. We start in sort of the centre of the game map of this level, if you want to call it that. So we start low and start moving up. That switch got rid of an electric barrier that we've just jumped through there. Another switch there. Turned up another electric barrier. Just going to collect a few special items here. I'm not quite sure what they are. They look like pieces of rainbows or something. Okay, so right, so there you go. There's the first piece we need to pick up, and it's part of a picture he's painting or something. That's a paintbrush there I've just picked up for bonus points, and there's the second piece. So again, let's consult the manual and see what it says for level 4. Carter, the world's greatest artist, makes his appearance in this zone, the Rainbow Zone. His mission, to paint a sleepy picture which will, we hope, send the Grand Dozer into a distant slumber. He must collect the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle to build up a picture. That's it. Painting ledges. Carter's special power is to draw anything and make it come to life. In this mission, he can paint ledges to either side of himself. Then by jumping onto ledges, he can reach otherwise impossible places, which we've already seen. Not sure the special little things we were collecting there. Was it pieces of rainbow? Certainly the other one was a paintbrush. Oh, there's electric barrier in action, and there's me turning it off. And there's 6 pieces of this puzzle or picture to collect. And again, guys, I'm collecting all the items that, even though we don't need to, but just for the sake of the long play. Take your time with those frogs, just basically crouch in front of them and let them jump over you. They can't be killed, as far as I know. I think that most of those umbrellas can be that fly around. I think you can jump on top of them, but I daren't risk it. And here's the third piece. As you can see, the picture's beginning to build up now. And 3 more pieces at the top of the map now, so we need to get back up top. Whoa, that was a risky manoeuvre there. But again, guys, collision detection, spot on. Didn't lose any energy. So impressed by that. And I love this little sort of Rainbow Islands rip-off they've got on the go here. Very nicely done. I mean, each of these levels, bar levels sort of like 1 and 3, which we saw last, which are basically the same as each other. Each one of them, though, could have been their own, a game in their own rights. Lots of potential with this level for clever planning and puzzle solving and stuff. Rather than the frantic pace of sort of Rainbow Islands. Yeah, maybe a take on Rainbow Islands like this one, but bigger levels and harder places to reach and a bit of puzzle solving involved. Could have been really cool. But I say, guys, value for money in this game. I mean, hi-tec have really gone all out on this. Most 8-bit developers didn't give a chuff. Any old crap they'd churn out. They've really made an effort here. Graphics and presentation are absolutely fantastic. That's lovely use of colours. And it's great, glorious to see the Amstrad colour palette being used to its full extent. As it does vary between the levels, of course. You have the dingy cavey levels, and really bright and colourful rainbow and candy levels and things. And I was wondering there whether that cloud would kill me, but actually I remember a little bit later on that you can actually jump on them to get to places. I thought it might have been a bad guy. I realised, now we can jump on it. Next piece of the puzzle is on the same level as I am now, but on the far right. We're just sort of going to get all the little items that we don't need to collect, but just for the sake of completion. And me being sad. Wow, we've made it to 46 minutes. Well, I have anyway. And you know what? I've not got bored actually watching this back and commentating. There's a few games I've done long plays for that lasted over an hour, and I've really struggled to keep it going for that long. But yeah, it's a fair amount to talk about here. But yeah, this is the second to last level anyway, and we're already sort of halfway through it. Oh, and you gotta jump on those enemies, smack on the middle though, otherwise you slightly mistime it, it will drain a lot of energy off you, as I did that hedgehog there a few seconds ago. Ooh, we can probably just about squeeze up there. No. Things starting to get a little bit trickier now. Especially those sort of enemies zipping across, and there's sort of a tight area to be jumping through. This perhaps isn't the way to go. But with Carter's painting skills, you get through it. Okay, yeah, you want to start going. Move to the right there, above where you just picked up that piece of the puzzle. That's the way up to the higher areas. Ooh, just trying to get that rainbow there. Fortunately, though, the background of these, the upper levels, the sort of the tiling, the orange tiling, not great on the eyes, and some of the objects get a little bit obscured in the background. See, there is a paintbrush right at the top there. You can hardly see it. I'm struggling to see those enemies and my platforms I'm painting. But oh well, I'm not going to moan too much. Okay. I'm making things a lot more tough for myself though by having trying to collect all these little items. We could just zip past all this probably quite quickly. Again, some special item to collect above there for points. Really difficult with those two things flying about. Be really, really quick and careful. And end up all going back to the start there. Yeah, things start to get quite a bit tougher now. Right, especially these things, you've got to time it spot on. Again, take your time. When it's just above your head, then move. Very easy to get wrong. And you certainly find at least about a quarter or third of your energy will have gone by then. And we've only got a little bit left because I was a little bit careless earlier on in the level, which I really didn't need to have done. But you go. Another paintbrush to collect there. Even though things are looking a little bit garish here. Oh, this bit's really tough again. Very easy, kill yourself. As I was saying, what was I saying? With this, with these graphics here, you can really see sort of shades of colours available on the Amstrad. All the reds, yellows, and oranges. About sort of, what was it, 3 or 4 different shades on the go there. A mix of a brown as well. What a fantastic colour palette the Amstrad CPC had. This game just reminds me of how proud I am to be an Amstrad owner. And I just wish more more games had scrolling as smooth as this on the Amstrad. This is like kind of C64 standard and quality. And that's the final piece of the puzzle there. Nice. It's like a sort of cityscape painting or something. Ooh, can we use that rainbow? Ooh, give it one more go. Ooh, so close. Perhaps not. Maybe it could have done with being a touch faster if I'm being really, really picky. But it still moves at a really decent pace though. Gosh, I just wish someone like, I don't know, Ocean or definitely US Gold had given the programmer of this game, Dave Thompson, a job there, you know. As good as hi-tec were, they're basically a budget house, and, you know, I think maybe his talents were kind of wasted at a budget house like that. Just wondering what if he ever went on to do anything else past the Amstrad. It's quite a common name though, Dave Thompson. I'll just quickly Google it. Yeah, there's quite a few Dave Thompsons about. Oh well, can't find it. I'm not going to bother wasting time. I'm kind of perhaps stalling here a little bit. Running out of things to say maybe. Well, we've got all the pieces now. We just need to get back to the sort of centre of the map where we started, the canvas or wherever it was. But not long to go, guys. Not much over sort of 10 minutes left. There is an ending to this game. Nice little sort of cutscene animation. I let it run for a minute actually, so you can take off a minute's worth of time from the gameplay. Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, right, very near the end. I think we've got all the items, and of course all the pieces of the puzzle. And there we go. That's the Rainbow Islands rip-off level done, and very, very good it was too. And on to the final level. So, level 5, the Carnival Zone. And this is with Keiko, or Kiko, on her skateboard. Again, of course, it's another sort of scrolling platforming thing. This time she can shoot stars at the back of her skateboard, although to me it looks like a special farting power or something like that. She's blowing one off on an alien there. Nice. Parp. Whatever. Oh yes, and she can also fly as well by touching those stars. She can soar into the skies. Just going to get rid of that clown. But the majority of the clowns in this level can't be killed as far as I know. At least I've not risked it, because I got this far and I wasn't going to kill myself over it. I'm trying to find out. Oh yes, of course. So that's that bottom white bar below the energy bar. That slowly trickles out, indicating how long left you are able to fly for. A few more crates to push this level onto switches to activate them. Nothing too taxing, but this level is quite hard actually. It's pretty rock hard at places. Quite hard to notice that, but you can fall through there, and this is where the first item you need to collect is. Looks like an arrowhead. Obviously set at a carnival amusement park, so there's the Dodgems ride we activated from the switcher we smashed a crate on above. And don't touch the floor though, it's electrified. And that's how you get out, jump on that side of that platform, side of that rock face or whatever, cliff. Okay, so as before, onto the instruction manual to see what it says about level 5. Keiko, skateboard wizard, has journeyed into the carnival zone. Her mission: to collect 5 mystical arrows and a dollar bill. When she has collected these, she must take them to the Indian shootout, where she will be rewarded with a giant teddy bear for the Grand Dozer to cuddle. Ah. Keiko will have to use various fairground rides to help her collect the arrows. To do this, she will first need to switch on the fairground by moving a lever. Then she'll have to switch on individual rides as she needs them by pushing weights onto the buttons. Although we don't actually see a lever switch on the fairground at all, I don't think. To move around the carnival zone, Keiko must keep her skateboard flying by collecting energy pickups, which are those stars. Okay, and Keiko's mode of attack is to drop stars from the back of her skateboard. These stars hang in midair for a few seconds before disappearing. Okay, and we're going to encounter the Dodgems, which we've already seen, and the waltzers. We're going to encounter a big wheel, swinging ship, cable cars, and a log flume. I can't remember if we do actually encounter a log flume. Not sure. Oh, that was the waltzers before that previous ride. This is the Dodgems, of course. Oh, watch out for these, like, what are they, drinks glasses or something? They shoot deadly straws out at you, drinking straws out at you. And they're a real pain because they can be off the screen and still shoot at you. It's a bit annoying. Fart on the clown. Hey! And that's arrowhead number 2. It's nice how they've, in the cartoon, got... Oops, lost a bit of energy there from that bloody drink throwing straws at me. As I say, it's nice in the cartoon that they had various characters of different nationalities as well. That was pretty novel for the time, really. Keiko's obviously sort of Chinese, Asian American. Carter was obviously an African American in the previous level. And got a cute dog as well. But there's a nice mix in the cartoon. I think that's the dollar bill. Doesn't look like a dollar bill to me. But there you go. It's relatively straightforward, the route throughout this level as well. I think it's anything much to the right up there, but I think there's a special item to pick up. It does nothing apart from give you points. I'm not sure what they are. They look like dummies or something. Perhaps they're like those candy dummies or something you get at fairgrounds. Make grown-ups look like idiots or something. Alright, okay, we've activated, what's that? Is that the big wheel or something? That's kind of like nicely done as well, well programmed. Nice to see lots of little sort of different tricks and things appearing in the game. This clown can't be killed, he's an absolute swine, so you've got to be really careful and time your jumps. Might end up losing a bit of energy here actually. Yeah. And you're going to need all the energy you can for these sections coming up, trust me. Careful here of that bloody drinks bottle thing or whatever. Need to touch that star so we can get up to the top here. And yeah, drop this crate off the edge here. And you can, there's a couple of nasty enemies there, but we can just avoid them by going the top route. I think I was just wondering what to do there, and I realised, yeah, I can just go to the top here and completely avoid them. Pick up the star again. We'll touch the star to get your flying ability. You'll need it to get to this section here. It took a little bit of working out. Not too taxing though. It's hardly the hardest of puzzle games really. But watch out, there's another like a drinks glass here. Gonna shoot straws out of me. Now what those items, that guy there I've killed, what's he meant to be? I think it's apparently supposed to be mutant candy floss or something. Which dropped through there, nice. Stupidly, there's an item there to pick up just to the left, and I completely forgot about it. And I failed to notice here. It's a really tough section getting past this clown. That's like, oh, little bastard. And because I'm trying to collect all the items, I have to go back and do that bit all again in a second, like an idiot. Again, nothing much to pick up there, just some more points or whatever. Oh yes, of course, those clowns can't be killed. That's the only thing that annoys me about this game, is like some enemies can be killed, others can't be. Sometimes the same enemy types, you know. So, yeah, that kind of peed me off at times. I ended up getting killed for no reason. Well, for the reason of me thinking I could kill them myself. Finding out I couldn't, and they ran into me and killed me. Close call on these bits. I'm not a platforming games master or expert by any means. If you want someone to do long plays of Amstrad's platforming games, then Metra's usually the guy on YouTube to do them. I think he's much better than me at platforming games. A lot of the tricks and skills used, especially in this level, won't be uncommon to you. Those of you out there more versed with platforming games than I am. I was less of a Sonic and Mario guy, more give me lots of shoot 'em ups and explosions and things. And I like my football games, soccer games, and driving games and stuff. And those are my games of my choice rather than sort of platformers. I do enjoy them though. That's quite a tough little section there. Again, you've got to watch out for that drink throwing straws at you. And use your flying ability here to get over these. That was quite a tough section to get through there actually. And there's a bit of a swine of a one coming up very shortly. You can use that star to sort of float around past these, but I'm just waiting for a couple of clowns to appear here. I can avoid them. There's usually two clowns at the bottom there. For some strange reason, only one clown appeared. Now, this bit is really tough. Probably one of the toughest parts of the game. That clown can't be killed, but we've got to push that crate off the edge. You've got to be really careful. Take your time if you can. There's no time limit in the game, forgot to mention. And there you go. We've got past him there. We'll have to go back past him again. But that's probably one of the toughest parts of this game. Thankfully we can hopefully float past him here. Watch out for his projectiles though. And then drop down here. And there'll be another star to pick up as before. But I think there'll be another clown. There he is. And you've got to float just about there, so we're in between the two projectiles being thrown at us by the I don't know what the hell that thing is. Now that star won't last long enough to get up to the next section, so go back there to touch that star. And there we go. And we're not too far from the end now, guys. Just got to get across these cable cars. Obviously, spikes and instant death wait below us. But I've not made it easy for myself because I've only got a tiny bit of energy here. And I didn't notice before, the first few times going through this level, that there's a gap just in the floor, in the wall there at the bottom. Can you see it? There we go. Because we do need to get there to drop that crate to activate a final fairground ride, which is the pirate ship that swings back and forth. Watch out for this clown's projectiles, because there's a couple of clowns there. You might get a couple of fireballs in quick succession. But we're really close to the end now. Just a shame there isn't like a final sort of boss encounter against, what was it, the Nightmare Wizard or something? Who's the evil guy in the cartoon? I've completely forgotten his name. Oh, the Nightmare Prince, that's who he was. Well, got past the swinging pirate ships, and we're coming right to the very end of the game now. Ooh. A couple of evil clowns await us though. Time it right. We should get there with that tiny bit of energy. And we can just about sneak in. Hey, and that's it. We've done it. That is Potsworth Co completed. Tells me it's loading zone 6, but there's the ending. Lovely little bit of animation there. Well done. You have put the Grand Dozer to sleep. Hey! And as long as the Grand Dozer sleeps, then all the kiddywinks sleeping in their beds at night will have pleasant dreams. So that's the purpose of the cartoon. Keep the Grand Dozer asleep. And everyone has nice dreams rather than nightmares. Ah, yeah. There's only oh, there's game over music. Only repeats over and over, sadly. So a bit of a short ending, but nice to have one at all anyway. But anyway, love this game to bits. Brilliant game. I'm going to give this a good solid 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.